Second.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. Call the meeting order. To the Kodesh, please lead us with the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for the opportunity to gather and serve our community. Grant us wisdom, clarity, and a spirit of cooperation as we make decisions that affect those we represent. Help us to seek the common good with fairness and integrity. May our work here today honor you and benefit all. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Our first order of business is the approval of the February 5th minutes. The motion.
Second.
All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Okay, those minutes are approved. And we'll turn it over to our treasurer for her report.
Good morning. First thing is we pay the bills. Following bills are to be paid pending approval. Accounts payable with a total of $815,045.33. Payroll for the period was $385,755.36. 911 had seven. 911 had 7 checks and 5 EFTs totaling $3,304.68. Children and youth account, 11 checks totaling $250,608.94. LEPC with 1 check, one check for $81.27. CDBG had 1 check and 1 void that offset, giving us a total of $47,200. And finally, Act 137 had 1 check for $86.25.
And thank you, Diane. Is there a motion to pay bills?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Okay, bills are paid. You can continue.
Great. Treasurer's report, period starting 2/4 and ending 2/17/2026. We have a general account starting balance of $858,100.44. Total debits for the period are $1,982,458.83. Ending the period with $1,254,948.55. And finally, the reserve account comes in with a balance for the period with $6,653,678.53.
Thank you for that. Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report for this period?
So moved. Second.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, Diane. We have meetings and events, and my meetings and events have been given to the chief clerk for incorporation in the minutes, if anybody is interested. Commissioner Wise.
My list is also with the chief.
Commissioner Coach.
I'd also like to say I passed mine on to the chief clerk, and I'd like to welcome Maddie Clenard and Colston Dimon from NCTV here today. Thanks for filming, and also on note, thanks to Brian Carson from the Sentinel. This is his final meeting covering us today, so thank you, Brian.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Is there any public comment? I don't see or hear any, so we'll just move on to new business. First item of new business is a proclamation recognizing the chartering of the Big Valley FFA. And Commissioner Kodesh is going to read the proclamation for us.
Thank you. Proclamation recognizing the official chartering of the Big Valley FFA Alumni and Supporters Chapter. Whereas the National FFA organization is a premier youth organization dedicated to developing premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. And whereas the mission of the Big Valley FFA Alumni and Supporters Chapter is to honor the chapter's traditions while investing in the future in order to unite former members, families, and friends to support and inspire the next generation of FFA members through mentorship, experience, career opportunities, and connections, And whereas a dedicated group of Big Valley FFA alumni and supporters held their inaugural meeting on March 12th, 2025 to establish a local FFA chapter. And whereas on February 6th, 2026, the National FFA organization officially granted a charter to the Big Valley FFA alumni and supporters chapter, marking its formal recognition as a chapter in good standing. And whereas this milestone will be celebrated during the chapter's spring alumni and supporters meeting on February 24, 2026, with Alumni Day during National FFA Week. And whereas the chartering of this chapter strengthens agricultural education, community engagement, and leadership development within the Big Valley FFA chapter for generations to come. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mifflin County Board of Commissioners is hereby proclaim and recognize February 6, 2026 as the official chartering date of the Big Valley FFA alumni and supporters chapter, and extend sincere congratulations to its leaders, members, and supporters for this significant achievement. Be it further resolved, the board commends the chapter for its commitment to the ideals of the National FFA organization and encourages continued success in supporting and advancing agriculture education throughout Mifflin County. Proclaim this 19th day of February, 2026, Mifflin County Commissioners Postal, Codish, and Watts. Make a motion to approve this proclamation.
Second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That proclamation is approved. We do have representatives here this morning. Would someone like to say a few words?
Let's go on the spot for this, but thank you very much. We have worked very, very hard to get this charter. We look forward to working with the youth today with the help from all the generations in the past. So thank you very much.
How many members do you have?
About 10 to 15 right now, always welcoming more, looking for more. It doesn't have to be an actual alumni member. If you just want to be a supporter and help with the youth, please let us know. Always going to accept new members. Anybody's welcome.
Okay, good. Do you mind, we would like a photo out in the lobby?
Yes, they are. They are voting. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I'll leave it. Very much. Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue with presentation by Aaron Felker. This relates to a data center hardware. Please explain this to us, Aaron.
Yep, so the county's data center has a lot of hardware and software that is functional to make the county work. It runs all the county systems. It's a pretty large investment that the county makes. We typically spec those data centers to last at least 7 years. We had initially looked at doing this in 2027. Our hardware was a mix of items that had been purchased in 2019 and 2020. So we were right about at that 7-year mark. There were a couple things that came together here that made it make sense for us to move forward with this in 2026 instead of waiting till 2027. One of those is the increased maintenance cost of the existing infrastructure. This year alone, if we were going to maintain the infrastructure that we have, we would probably be spending approximately $30,000 to $40,000 just in maintenance costs. Which is a lot for an infrastructure that is going to be phased out next year, and we would be investing in something that we wouldn't necessarily need going forward. The other thing at play here is that right now it's a very volatile time in the technology market. There are market constraints that are making certain parts of the infrastructure difficult to get, so prices are increased. We think that those increases are going to continue for at least another 12 to 18 months. That's the best information that we have from our vendors. So right about the time that we would normally plan to be doing this, the prices would be at an all-time high. So we think that any savings we can get now is worthwhile. It's also worth pointing out that 5 years ago, we had worked with the commissioners to have a 5-year plan to replace the core infrastructure of the county, including everything from user desktops all the way to the data center. We had estimated costs at that time to do that project. Obviously, we're in a different world now than we were in 2022 in terms of costs. But I'm happy to say that even with all of the changes in the market, if we do this data center project now, we'll still be under budget for what we projected back in 2022. So I think for all those reasons, it makes sense to go now, and it'll make sure that the county's in good working order moving forward into the 2030s.
We agree. Not only does it save money now, it accelerates our technological advancement, I guess you could say, because we were going to do this anyway.
Correct.
So now we're doing it this year and we're saving money on the maintenance. So it just makes a lot of financial sense to do it. Appreciate you looking into it. Questions? Okay. If not, then we'll entertain a motion to accept the quote from Winslow Technology Group for the data center hardware refresh for $224,888.22.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Aaron, you can continue with the next 3-year agreement with Telesystem.
Yep, so Telesystem is our voice over IP phone service provider for the county. We've been with them for quite a few years now. We just went through an upgrade of the hardware that we use for the phones. That was provided as part of our agreement with them at no extra cost to the county. Recently, we went through a phone audit of the different offices here to evaluate lines and devices that may have accumulated over the years that are either no longer in use or could be consolidated. We were able to reduce the number of lines that the county has active. Working with our account manager at Telesystem, we were also able to secure some additional savings. So moving forward with this 3-year agreement, we'll actually lower our monthly bill by about $2,000. So we're expecting about $20,000 savings over the next 12 months and throughout the continuation of this agreement.
So I just want to point out that the commissioner has asked you to do the inventory, I guess, late in 2025, a couple of months ago. We've done that. Now you've negotiated a new agreement and we're saving up to $20,000 a year because of the increases.
Yeah.
Changes. So thank you very much for doing it. Any other questions for Aaron on the 3-year agreement?
Motion to approve.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Aaron.
Much.
Thank your staff. Okay, the next series of motions, and it goes on for a little bit, is going to be brought to us by Jim Lutier. So you could start with D, and I think it goes to L, but just keep going, Jim.
Yeah, good morning. Items D through L are all related to the replacement of West Railroad project. T, Township Road 439 over the Kish Creek in Brown Township. So item D is a time extension to part 3 of the agreement for construction completion from March 30th, 2027 to December 31st of 2027. You'd like me to go through all of them and then?
No, I guess we'll have to take these one at a time. So the first one is time extension. We're extending it from March 30th, 2027 to December 31st, 2027. I assume because the project just got delayed a couple of months. Okay.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay, that motion is approved. Then we have a, go ahead. No,
E
go ahead.
is, supplement to part four of the agreement for supplemental construction inspection services for the project. This was required due to the increased construction duration on the project. Original estimates, were the project is going to be completed in one, construction season, but it's anticipated to take, 1.5 construction seasons to complete the bridge.
Okay, so this supplement to the agreement, which is, I guess with the engineering company, is $318,428. Fixed,
Have a financial amount on the supplement.
I do,
Okay.
we do.
Yes. All right, so moved.
Okay,
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that agreement is approved. Go to F.
This is a time extension to part four of the agreement for, again, construction completion from October 26, 2026 to December 31st, 2027.
Moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that time extension is approved. You with G,
G are authorizations or notices to proceed from Lonnie Griffith, project manager with the county, authorizing the following municipalities and utility companies to move forward with relocating or doing whatever they need to do for their utilities. One is Brightspeed, DBA, the United Telephone Company. Second is the Township, Brown Township. Third is Comcast Cable Communications. Fourth is Pennsylvania Electric Company, and fifth is UGI Utilities.
All right, so moved.
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those notices to proceed are approved.
Item H is contract 95971 between Wenbrook Contracting and the county commissioners. This was the lowest responsive bidder on the project to replace the bridge in the amount of $2,433,008.84. Contract was approved in the ECMS system by Solicitor Snook and myself last week. And it needs to be ratified today.
Where is Wenbrook, by the way?
They're out of Huntington County.
And PennDOT has some input into this too, don't they?
Yeah, they went through the whole process to select the firm to do the construction.
Okay. Okay,
Motion to approve.
Second that.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that contract is approved and they're on their way, I guess. Addendum number 1 with Wenbrooks.
Addendum 1 for that contract you just approved is just the construction schedule for the project.
Okay, and when do they, I guess I can find it here, but why don't you tell me, when do they intend to get started?
Thinking spring here, I believe.
Okay. Okay, so we'll see some action there in a couple of months. Any questions on the addendum?
Motion to approve it.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Addendum number 2.
Addendum 2 is just related to the roadway construction plans for the new roadway that has to be installed as part of the bridge.
Okay,
Motion to approve.
Second that.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That addendum is approved. Continue with the resolution.
Resolution 5 of 2026 authorizes an agreement amendment with PennDOT and the county commissioners due to the decrease in the total cost of the project, which is from $4,871,000 to $4,372,437.
Okay, any questions, Jim?
Motion to approve.
Second that.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is approved. Okay, and last,
L is just the letter of amendment. You authorized the approval through the resolution, so this is the technical amendment to the agreement, showing those decrease in costs.
okay.
Motion to approve that.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's approved. Thank you for getting us through this, Jim. Is there anything else?
I just wanted to point out the federal share for this bridge project is $3,577,837, representing around 82% of the whole project. While the municipal contribution represents $794,600, representing a little over 18% of the total project cost. So majority of the funds are federal and in addition to the assistance you've provided them.
Yeah, and they are in place.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jim, for all your work getting through this. It's been a very, very long project. I think when we started going over this bridge, I think I had hair back then.
Well, it's been a long project
Well,
and a complicated project, but Lumber City will get its new bridge. All right, we have an award notification for the period July 1, 2025 to June, and Nick Wolfkill will explain this.
Yeah, this is our annual grant and aid for the juvenile side of things. We get this every year from JCJC, and the awarded money goes towards salaries.
Okay, since it started July 2025, this is really would be reimbursing us since that time.
Essentially,
Okay,
it comes in late every single year. This is about the time we expect.
Is the amount the same all the time?
Yeah, it's based on a formula they come up with. So it's based on like our size, staff size, and the amount of youth that we serve.
Okay.
This is one of the things you kind of want it to be low, essentially, so that you're not having a high juvenile crime rate.
Motion approved.
Second that.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Nick.
Thanks, thank you.
Okay, we have a modification of an agreement with each group. This relates to the YMCA pool ceiling, and Kristen Price will tell us about this.
The modification to the previously executed agreement with Eads Group for engineering and architectural services. Since the county can only be reimbursed for up to $60,000, the amended agreement reflects this cap.
So the YMCA is paying for anything over $60,000. County's contribution is $60,000. Okay, and it's running a little over, so we need to change our commitment. So it's clear that we have $60,000 into it. Well, let me ask for any questions. I've just have a question for you, but I'd like to put a motion on the floor to accept the modification to the agreement with Eads.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, when do we start?
Okay, so I just received an updated timeline from the architect. So the bid documents are under review, and with the project expected to go out to bid in the coming weeks and construction anticipated to begin in August.
Okay. How long do you think that would take? Do they tell you?
We're looking at maybe a month and a half, but
Okay.
yeah, so that shouldn't take too long.
And this is funded through the LSA grant, I believe.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Anything else for
No.
Kristen?
Thanks, Chris.
The other
Thank-
local pools should be open then, at least in August. The two community pools that we have.
Oh,
So that might offset a little bit, help some.
okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have two, well, we have a couple here for CDBG program, and Madison Price will explain the sub-recipient agreements with Derry Township and Brown Township. Let's start with Derry.
So it's 3 separate recipient agreements for Derry Township for the Bakertown area road reconstruction. Piece 1. This is CDBG funding for federal fiscal year 2022 and 2024. So we have 3 sub-recipient agreements. Cedar Falls is assisting us with and then their CDBG program, and they would like come forward with having project specific subsidy agreement with Coast Reach. Fiscal year funding. So these three agreements on the
These are all for the same roads, I believe.
So-
Ferguson Valley Road, South Main Street, North Main Street, Fourth Street, Greenwood Avenue.
Yes, so this section of the Yager is going to be roads are going to be reconstructed, but we're anticipating the biggest project. So this is these three subjects of the agreement that are specific to phase one. I don't think this year we're saying on phase two. So yeah, so these are all for the same phase.
Okay. Questions for Madison on the CDBG sub-recipient agreement?
I will just note that the budget for phase one is $256,094.72.
Okay, so what we're doing is using 3 fiscal years to cover this project.
Yes, Dairy Township's funding, so they're like, it is that they're receiving funding every year, so they've allocated, in 2024, they had another project that they allocated funding for aside from this, but the majority of their funding the past few years is going to phase one at this point.
Okay, so new streets coming to Yagertown. Any more questions from Madison? Okay, not, is there a motion to approve the sub-recipient agreements with Dairy Township for the Yagertown Road project?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that is, we can continue with Brown Township.
So similar to the Dairy Township, we are moving forward with having sub-recipient agreements in place. So these are specific to Brown Township, Walnut Street sidewalk phase 3. So this is for fiscal year 2022 and 2023 CDBG funding.
Okay, and this is in Reedsville. This is Walnut Street in Reedsville.
So these will be done over the past few years, phase 1 and phase 2 have completed. So the goal is to finish up having this other side of the street. Their phase 2 was Walnut Street also, it was just the other side of the street. So this phase 1 will be the other side.
Okay, so along the street, we'll be getting new sidewalks.
And they will all be done now.
Okay, any,
The budget for this is, for phase 3 is $135,900. These 2 years of
any questions for Madison on this? If not, is there a motion to approve these sub-recipient agreements with Brown Township for Walnut Street sidewalk phase 3?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Madison, thank you. The next 3 items have to do with the bridge in Dairy Township. There needs to be an amendment to the agreement that has been approved between the commissioners and Dairy Township. It is a project, our participation will not exceed $52,695. This is the bridge that crosses Buck Run. Been worked on for quite a while and it's coming to its beginning. So we have a second amendment to the previous cooperation agreement with Dairy Township for county participation not exceeding $52,695. There a motion to approve the second amendment.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next is an agreement to enter into a short-term loan through the county's improvement program for $421,558. This is to get the project underway. Dairy Township will be reimbursing the county for this money. The term of the loan goes until June of 2027. And again, this is a program that was started by the commissioners a few years ago to recirculate funds that were originally capitalized through the ARPA funds. We've used this fund for, in the past, Union Township. We're now using it for Derry Township. Any questions? Not, is there a motion to approve the loan, short-term loan to Derry Township for the construction of the Buck Run Bridge replacement?
So moved.
Second.
Favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the agreement for the repayment of funds that I just noted. Derry Township, again, short-term loan of $421,558 to be payable no later than June of 2027. The motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, we have two items for the allocation. And explain this to us, please.
Yes, good morning. And so I'm here to answer questions that you may have. We have a third quarter advance payment that would require your signature, as well as the reconciliation statement for the 24-25 MATP year. So there was an overpayment. I think they paid us $481,000 something or other for this past fiscal year. And we didn't use it all, so we do owe back $4,987, I believe it is. And then the third quarter advance payment is a little higher. And the reason for that is that we are expecting to do site rehab and clubhouse transportation. Previously, it was not under the MATP umbrella, and it has moved. The funding has moved as of January the 1st, so those services are available under MATP. And we are talking to them now, and looks like we will begin that about March 1st, which will increase our trips, which is therefore the need for the increase in the advance payment.
Okay, so we'll take these individually. The first one is final reconciliation of the 24-25 year, which would be slightly decreased to $476,080 because we didn't need the $4,000 or $5,000 that was originally allocated. Okay, so is there a motion to approve the reconciliation of the past year?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now we have the initial allocation for the 25-26 year, which is $589,609. And it was explained to us why you needed that increase. Okay, any questions? If not, is there a motion to approve the initial allocation?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I just want
Yes.
to note for the record, obviously our agenda said Melissa Stewart from Human Services here today. She could not make it to the meeting. This was Cindy Sunderland from Caller Ride Services that was here today. That's for the benefit of the Sentinel Reporter too. So thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, thank you for noting that. Okay, we have personnel items. We have the resignation of James Wilburn from Children and Youth. We have the resignation of Colton Fleming from part-time corrections officer, the hiring of Chelsea Burge for part-time clerk, coroner's office, resignation of Ann Carnegie from TIPSTAT, resignation of Brianna Estep from Children and Youth caseworker. We have the hiring of Andrew Vogt for part-time security officer. We have the hiring of Cameron Rhodes and Blake Mark for part-time corrections officer. Is there a motion to approve these personnel items?
So moved.
Second.
In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, personnel items are approved. Our agenda is complete.